Okay, we're live. I don't know if all the other channels are, but oh, hang on. Who we got here? We got Rich on the Rich so far on the YouTube side. Okay. All right. Welcome from behind enemy lines to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1-hour talk show about guns, politics, and anything else that crosses my mind. I also answer questions from you, the listener. Either put them in the chat or send them to Rick's Life as I See It at gmail.com. And, also within 24 hours of this show ending, this will be on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes as a audio podcast for you to listen to at your leisure. And on my panel so far, I have John. Say hi, John.
Hi, John.
I said, I did put the link in the gun channels chat. If anybody who would like to join the panel, I don't mind. So the more people, sometimes the better it gets. It stops me humming and hawing too much. Okay, I just want to say, great show last week. We done pretty well. I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. I mean, we can start with Roosted Films. Hey, how you doing? Midnight Range, how you doing? Tar Dot, how you doing? The link, if you want to join the chat, is in the gun channels chat. Can you put it in the YouTube one? I don't think you can you?
Only if you're a moderator on the YouTube.
Oh, okay. So, if any of you guys want to join, just go over to gun channels and click on the link. Or we can send it to you if I had your email, or John can take care of that for me. He's good
on my phone.
Oh, that's right. You're on your phone today.
Yeah.
You can't
at the moment, yeah.
Can't do your usual admin for me.
No,
hey, Ohio's here. Thanks for showing up. Well, where to begin? YouTube, Mac channel. It seems like he is getting hit, so he shut or turned all his videos to private, so he can talk to somebody at YouTube to find out what's going on. That's the last I heard. I don't know what other channels are being hit. Oh, they got Hank also.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That I did not know.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Well, Matt did a video on it, and he said like people were going around just striking the videos.
Yeah, I don't think it's YouTube. I think it's people. Like sometimes you get, like I do a thumbs down on say our buddy Yankee. People are actually flagging the videos.
Yeah.
And that's what's causing the problem.
The problem with YouTube is they take it and they punish you first, and then they make you go through the headache of going through the process.
Absolutely. That is what they do. So, but I think I'm kind of lucky because I'm small and I don't get a huge audience. But if anybody wants me to sponsor their channel, just send me some swag, and I'll give it away and hold it up and mention your name. Like today's prizes is a Gun Channels patch. My Rick's Life as I See It sticker, and I'm giving away a Clover Tack Crew sticker with this too. So there you go. So see, that's how I ain't saying he's sponsoring me, but Clover gave me some stickers, so I'm gonna mention his name and give them away. You know.
Any word on your new design
Not yet.
for the
Not
stickers?
yet. Oh, I got. Oh, yes. Yeah, I spoke to her. Not a problem. We got it done. Plus, I got it converted to a cartoon now. Anyway, if you look at it,
Awesome.
you know, so it shouldn't be a problem. All I got to do now is come up with the money to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's always an issue.
Yeah, I mean patches. She can make patches for around. Oh hell, what the email for? I said. I think she said. You know, the more you buy, I mean, the cheaper it gets.
Right.
You know, but where is her? Okay, let me see if I can find. I know it's here somewhere. Oh yeah, okay. So like if you buy 50 patches, you know they're going to run around $4 each.
Right.
You know, but you buy 100, it's $3.75. Buy more, and that's going to get even cheaper. That's for patches. You know, that's a vinyl patch. You know, now for stickers, it roughly runs $50 for 50 stickers, so $1 each. You know, which ain't bad really. You know, I couldn't make them for that price, so not professionally anyway. You know. Oh, anyway, I want to read something from. Hang on, let me get back to where I was. See if there's anything happening. Okay. I'm going to read last week when we were talking about you know, blind, how we got a couple of people here that are blind and they shoot, partially blind, and they shoot. The guy sent me another email.
Okay.
And I'm going to read what he said. Maybe we can get something out of this. You know, I think mainly it's got to do with. Oh, I'll get to it when I finish. Okay. Now you're going to love this. Now this gentleman, he's I believe he's blind in one eye and only got 40% sight in the other. So you know he's while I'm working out in my wood shop today. Yes, blind guys use table saws. I mean, that shocked me. I had something come to me. You know the feeling that comes across as soon as you and others found out about a blind person using a firearm in self-defense. The utter shiver of fear and disbelief that the notion anyone would ever contemplate doing this. Remember that feeling when you talk to an anti-gunner. That is exactly the feeling that I have about that hang on, that is exactly the feelings they have about you and the others carrying a firearm. Now we know their feelings are not justified. If they only knew how you train, how you take proper precautions, how you know and understand your personal limits. This is the same with sighted people understanding the precautions and limits I set myself just as you do. Yeah. Basically, what it's saying is no matter what whether you're 100% tough, you know, got all your facility, or you're like me who can, you know, I hobble around and have to use a scooter most of the time and stuff. It's as was it Clint Eastwood that said it in that movie? A man's got to know his limitations.
Yes, sir.
You know, basically that's what I think that's what I get out of that little letter. What he's saying, he knows his limitations. And
well, I feel the same way when I talk to people who think with liberal mindset. I look at them the same way as someone else may look at someone who's blind or has some other incapacities.
yeah.
Because the liberals, their disability is the fact that they are misinformed and they don't try to educate themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did some of that this morning at the diner I go to yesterday. I mean, they were going on about the AR-15. How can anybody just buy a AR-15 18 and walk out the door with it, right? And so she's spreading this person. So maybe I'm being a bit strong there that she's spreading it, but she was saying it. She said it to me quite a few times. Well, I
Being
corrected it
being
today.
being pregnant is not an excuse for ignorance.
I say she was pregnant.
Yeah, you said she was pregnant.
No, I didn't. Did I? Well, she ain't
Yeah.
pregnant.
No, she's
She
just
ain't pregnant.
fat. Okay, same thing.
No. Anyway, she keeps going on about buying a gun, an AR-15, and walking out the store with it. So I went to her today, and I had it in black and white. That said, in the state of Rhode Island. Now I'm just talking about Rhode Island, right? Whatever firearm you buy, whether it's a handgun or a rifle, shotgun, whatever, it's a 7-day waiting period. Period. No ways, no ifs or buts about it in the state of Rhode Island. So see, that squished her because all she heard was like that kid on TV. You can buy an AR-15 in 5 minutes. You know what? And then walk out with it. No, you can't. Not in the state of Rhode Island, anyway. You know.
No, they go with all the wrong information instead of trying to do any kind of research on their own.
Oh yeah,
they just point fingers, stick out tongues, yell and scream and curse, and that's the liberal mindset. They don't know how to think.
Yeah. Oh, hey, home runner, how you doing? Also, I didn't want to confuse her or get her all mad because I'm a CCW holder in Rhode Island. Since I've been vetted, basically, at the Yazoo without Vaseline, I can just have to do the 4473 and I can walk out with those weapons, even a hand, right. But only because of that. Because I've already been vetted so hard, and which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, some states still don't have that.
Yeah. Well, so now get
go
this.
Through it every time.
Now get this. I found this out from my instructor, who I learned to shoot right-handed through. Now, the state of Rhode Island is really weird, right? It's a shell issue for the local municipalities. Like here where I live, you get it from the Westerly Police Station. It's a shell issue. There's 39 places in the state for such a small state. There's 39 municipalities, whatever you call them, in the state.
Municipalities.
That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for. Right, and that they are shell issue. Okay, they make it hard, even as a shell issue, to get one. But you go to the Attorney General's office, it's a May issue only.
Well, that's probably because they're in quote unquote a city instead of a county.
Okay, now, but with the Attorney General's CCW, you cannot walk out the gun store with your gun. You still have to wait the 7 days. It's weird, but with this is why people say the laws are so confusing, really. But with the Attorney General CCW, I can't go in the store and walk out with a handgun the same day. But with their license, I can walk around. What's we're for? Open carry.
Yeah, it does. A lot of laws just don't make sense, and it really doesn't matter what state you're in.
Yeah, I mean the Attorney General's CCW is I can walk around with my gun on my hip and they can't do a damn thing about it. I wouldn't advise it in Rhode Island because more likely, I would say 90% of the policemen don't even know that law. It's only we do because we study it, trying to get a CCW. So you guys, I tell you, as I said when I start this show, welcome from behind enemy lines. John and I know we're behind enemy lines big time. Hey, Mr. Knives.
That's actually a really funny thing now that I think about it. So the attorney general says you can or cannot do something, and the municipalities basically are giving him the finger when they allow you to do something where the attorney general says, no, you have to wait or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's because now they don't want to give it to us, but a couple of them were taken to court, and then it made it all the way to the Rhode Island Supreme Court.
Right.
And they said you cannot do that under the Second Amendment or whatever. You have to. These guys are entitled. You shall issue them a CCW. It's their right.
And as we all know, top law enforcement officers for the federal government happen to do whatever the hell they actually want to do in a lot of states, such as, I don't know, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, here you go. I mean, really, I don't know. I think I've told this story when I first started on here. When I went for my CCW, I would go to the Westview Police Station on a Wednesday. Always done it on a Wednesday. I don't know why. I just got in the habit of doing it. I go there on a Wednesday. Now, this started in, I'm trying to think now, January, February time. I went in there on a Wednesday and said, may I have an application for a concealed carry permit, please? And the lady behind the counter disappeared, came back and says, have to go to Attorney General's office. So I said, thank you. And I left. Following Wednesday, I went back, done the same thing. Well, I'd done that for 4 months every Wednesday. Right? Then the last time I went there, I had the ammunition from the court case. They said they had to. I asked for the thing. She said, we have to go to the Attorney General's. So I had it all in a brown envelope sealed up for she couldn't see it. I said, could you please give this to the police chief for me? And it was actually the thing from the Supreme Court showing what it was, what it said.
Right.
So the following Wednesday, I went in there and said, may I please have it? And she gave me one.
It's finally.
Yeah, finally. So I finally got it. It took me for it. I mean, then you have to do all. Now, they added stuff to it. There was 9 pieces of paper I had to sign for waivers for they could contact every mental and drug alcohol rehab center in the state. There's 9 of them here in the state to see if I'd been to them at any time.
Right.
Which is technically illegal. I mean, that's a HIPAA violation, But if you got to play the game, you got to fight these things to get this stuff stopped slowly.
Well, if you ever have to go to court for it, just make copies of everything. So when it goes to court.
So I did that. Then you have to. I had to get 3 references, people to say that I'm a good guy. They didn't have to say I would be good with firearms. They just said that I'm a guy that is, I'm a good human being, basically.
Right.
So you had to do that, which is thing. Then you had to write justify why you needed a handgun.
Even though it's a shell issue.
Yes.
Man, I swear to God, everything politics falls into, it corrupts it.
Oh, yeah. Then
100%.
And it took 94 days. And actually on the 90th, it took, I think it was on the 90th day, they called me and said, we need you to come. After I'd done all that, I had to go for an interview to a police board.
So your state doesn't have the requirement they have to give it to you within 30, 60, 90, however many days.
Yeah, 90 days meant to be, but I actually got mine in about 96.
So they technically broke the law.
What?
So they technically broke the law.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even to have an interview is not, they ask me questions. If you were at a bank and if you were in line, like at a supermarket, and a guy in, you're back in the line 2 or 3 spaces, and the guy at the counter pulls a knife and threatens the cashier, tells her to open the drawer and give him the money. What would you do? I said I'd be a good witness. You know, I
Well,
said
technically, you have the right to draw your firearm because a knife is a deadly weapon, but they don't want to hear that.
no. So I said I'd be. What I said was I'd be a good witness, and they looked at me. I said, now, if he made the attempt to, harm anybody with that knife, I said, then I would act. I go. But I said my thing for CCW is to protect myself, and I said I hope I never ever have to use it. You know, I got through the board. It was the Westerly lieutenant, a sergeant, and a retired policeman on this
Yeah,
board.
you unfortunately, again, because it's politicized, you have to play the game.
Yeah. So I done that. Then I said, in about 3 or 4 days later, they called me up and told me my CCW was at the police station ready to pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even, and actually, I wonder, I say I got it for Rhode Island, and I do, but let's see if you guys can see it on the camera. It actually says Westerly Police Department pistol permit.
Why does it say Westerly Police?
I know. That's what they gave me for my CCW.
That's strange.
Yeah. Now on the back of it tells me what my job was at the time, meat cutter. Because I got it I was actually out of work on workers' comp when I had done this. So, but it tells the day I qualified. I qualified for the shooting in July, but I didn't get by the time everything got done, I didn't get this into what's the 10th month? October?
Yeah.
I didn't get this to October.
So they probably had it ready, and then they still made you go through the interview and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it even says it's even got the name of the my instructor on it.
Yeah. So you're an official police department meat cutter.
Yeah. with the pistol permit.
Yeah.
Now, the West Indies Police have a shooting range over at the dump, or the transfer station, they like to call it today. Right? You go over there, you can hear them shooting. I've snuck over there and watched them. Some of those policemen are pretty bad. They remind me of Night Strike. But here in Westerly, unless it's changed, I haven't really paid that much attention since I got my CCW, but they have to pay for their own ammo to practice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not everywhere.
No, that's not everywhere. That's here at Westerly. So if they got to pay for their own ammo, they ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not all policemen are gun enthusiasts either. Some of them just wear it because it's part of the uniform. And they never pull that gun out except for when they have to qualify.
Right.
So that's where somebody said, well, only policemen should be, have guns and be around the schools and stuff. Well, some of them, I can shoot better than some of them policemen. You know what I'm saying? Because I practice more. I've had training as well. You know what I'm saying? But what in the hell do we know?
And you still have to pay your own money to get your own ammunition.
Yeah.
Just like they do, but maybe they don't want to spend the money.
So, what's happening in the chat? I'm not ignoring you. I see you, David. So, I don't know.
All right. So they're basically a very small police department if they have to pay for their own ammunition because.
Oh yeah, they are.
Because in big cities like New York City and so on, when they go to the range, when they go for their what do you call it, the retraining or whatever the hell you want to call it, I forgot. their qualification. For their
qualification certification.
qualifications. Yeah, they get the stuff, but I guess because of where you are, it's a smaller police department. They don't have the budget, or they don't want to spend the money for it.
It's more like don't have the budget.
Yeah,
because the budget's controlled by the town.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what I would think. Okay, moving on. I just want to bring this up since we touched on it. Don't get me wrong. It's great that those kids, exercising their First Amendment rights, but they're traumatized right now. And I'm not saying that they can't come up with some of them speeches they came up with, but they were being fed by somebody on the anti-gunner side.
No, they were being fed by
crap,
being fed by CNN because CNN was writing the questions down
for
them.
But even before that, who paid for the buses to start with?
Probably CNN.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so it's so I think some of them, like when they were standing there doing those elegant speeches, that was written by somebody else. They might have said, "This is what I'm trying to say," and somebody put it into words for them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look at this kid that was on the news for not saying what CNN wanted him to say during the open forum or whatever you want to call that.
Oh yeah, they wanted him to do the scripted questions.
Yeah,
they had to play. Then the father said that they called him up and asked him if he knew of any people like-minded anti-gunners that he could suggest for the show.
Yeah, because they're just trying to fill their agenda quota.
Yeah.
So they're just spoon-feeding these kids things that they know nothing about. They're too emotional. And they filled up the audience with people who are anti-gun as well. So everything is misinformation. You're getting people who are not going to listen because they have their agendas. And as well as those people who are just unemotionally available to have a proper discussion.
Yeah.
Or an honest discussion for that. Yeah, it's super unfortunate.
David Wright says, Rick, have you covered the police all the way from the FBI down to the Brownell County Sheriff's Department? Just dropping the ball. Oh yeah. I'm sorry to say. I don't know what that guy's reasoning for not going in, unless he was scared shitless. And if that was his view, he shouldn't be a policeman.
Well, I heard people talking about it, and we actually, everybody's, we all have our judgments and whatnot. But we don't actually know what he was ordered to do or not to do, as well as what information he had the time at that time.
Yeah,
and until the police tapes are released, we won't know exactly where it stands.
Yeah.
So, I understand people obviously are emotional about this. But until those police tapes are released, I don't think we're really going to know what was the mindset.
But did you hear the sheriff?
Yeah.
He said, what should he done? He should have gone in.
Yeah.
He
needs to go too, because where was he in this situation?
Yeah, personally, I don't like him. I think his ass needs to go too.
Yeah.
And I think some of that crap he said that CNN open house was scripted for him too.
Yeah.
He should go. But they're only, they're kids, in that school. Even me, if I was walking by, riding on my scooter past the school, I would have gone in, even myself, and tried to shoot him. Or distract him. Even me coming in might have distracted him enough to stop him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, as he's spotted, and he go, he wouldn't know whether is he got a gun going to shoot me, and he might have just dropped his gun and run off.
Yeah,
you don't know.
It's always easy to Monday morning quarterback.
No, true. You know, as you know, like we said, I mean, I would hope to think that I would run in and help.
I think most people would.
You know.
But again, I can't say what was in his mind or what information he had or what orders he was given or not given at that time. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, as it's turning out, there was 4 guys total that were waiting.
Yeah, all the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
All sheriffs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's all the way down from the FBI being told he's going to shoot in the school, and they did nothing. They dropped the ball. I mean, it was nice. I mean, how can I say this? It was great that the FBI admitted their mistake and not covered it up. But my God, you know what I'm saying?
How many times has the FBI done stuff and covered it up? I mean,
yes, exactly. I mean, it was nice on the sense that they didn't cover it up,
which is a shock in itself.
Yes, yeah, but I mean, they done this. So, I mean, have they done this with other shootings as well?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's the FBI. They do a lot of things that they're not honest about.
You know, because a big majority, contrary to what that goddamn young Kennedy said, the majority of these shootings have mental issues.
Exactly. So and don't get me wrong when I say we don't know what was in mindset. Like I'm making excuses for it. It was obviously the wrong move not to go in. It was obviously the wrong thing not to do, to not go in. But again, we don't know if someone had given them orders. We don't know the information they had at that time.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, John, you're more tolerant than I am.
No, I'm totally pissed off at them. Yeah. They all need to get fired and investigated.
Yeah. And also, I think the sheriff himself should be investigated.
Yeah. Well, he needs to go. He needs to go anyway. Whatever happens after that is a problem.
I mean, like that time near the beginning of the thing. Well, there's anything in my department, I will handle it. You know.
Yeah. How about you handle these issues before they come up, so people don't have to lose their lives, Mr. Sheriff?
Yeah. And I don't know if he's high. I don't know if he works for the mayor, but the mayor should suspend his ass.
No, sheriffs are appointed by
voters,
by the people.
By the people.
Yeah. Very different than city government.
Yeah. So they can't be fired.
Well, they're voted in. They're not appointed. Appointed is for city.
Yeah, but he can't be fired then.
Sure he can. He could be. The people could vote for someone else as a sheriff the next election.
Oh yeah, but only until the next election. But say the next election is 2 years away.
Well, then he'll either resign or someone else will get the job in 2 years.
Yeah, well, maybe they can do a special election. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, okay. The next thing, while we're on the, on this vein, is my hero has let me down big time. Trey Gowdy.
What happened?
He said he's for the banning AR-15s, raising the age, banning bump stocks. Only a few weeks ago, before he announced his retirement, that he's quitting, he was gun-ho, Second Amendment, all the way.
Yeah. Well, he's a rhino. He's been a rhino for a while, obviously.
Now that he says he's quitting, he's changed. He's gone over to their side.
Yep.
Because I liked him because he was hard. You see him, asking those tough questions on that committee he was on and stuff like that. I thought he's
how much of that was a dog and pony show as well?
I'm beginning to wonder.
Because they've been through that many, many times. What has really come out of it?
Hey,
not a lot.
Live Moo. Good afternoon to you too. Yeah, You're right. You're right.
Government is a big dog and pony show, and until the people see the government can handle itself and correct the issues that it has and clean house when it needs to clean house, it's going to continue as usual, business as usual, and it's unfortunate.
I don't know if that gets you into Hangouts. That link I put in YouTube side, but if you want to join me, there you go. Oh, Philo's in here too. Hey, how's it going? Oh, so anybody's welcome to come in and join the panel in our big discussion here. But yeah, I mean, I've written down here Trey Gowdy, turncoat.
Yeah,
you know,
like quite a few Republicans.
Yeah. Oh. Now, I also wrote down here, did Trump betray us? When you hear him talking and stuff earlier in the week, right, where he was saying, increase the age, bump stocks, assault rifles and shit, it looked like he was wavering. But his speech yesterday, he didn't mention any of that. He was staunch. We're back in the Second Amendment all the way. They're not taking it from you. So, has he changed his mind?
Or is he just trying to please the people?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so
personally, that's the question here. I mean, that actually I've thrown out there as a question. I mean, what do you people think? You, John, or people in the audience? What do they? I mean, was he basically blowing smoke?
I think he's a populist, and he wants to say what's on the mind of the majority.
Yeah,
that's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's really trustworthy because he's gone back and forth on quite a bit of number of issues.
Yeah, you're right there. You're right there. So I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. That I hope he, at one point I was saying I think it's going to happen that they're going to increase the age. I really do. I got this gut feeling. I hope my gut's wrong. That they're going to change the age limit on the at least buying what they call assault weapons. You know what I'm saying? But if you do it for one rifle, you got to do it for them all.
Correct.
Basically. And which I think at the time I thought, well, okay, but then thinking about it, no, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I've only been in the guns for 2 years, but looking back on history, listening to you, talking to some of you guys and shit, the pro gun side is we've given. What have the anti-gunners given back to us?
The ability to keep taking.
They haven't given us anything back.
Yeah, they give us their ability to keep taking.
All they give us is the shaft,
Yeah.
So
it's giveaway time.
I mean, what's it say? I'm trying to think the correct word. We're entitled to pursuit of, liberty, justice, and the pursuit of happiness.
Well, only on their terms.
Yeah, but no, we're entitled to that the day we're born American.
Yeah, but
it's got nothing to do with the government. I mean, that's our. And how is it worded? Intangible right.
Yeah.
Which means it's beyond the government.
Correct.
Government did not give us this right. We had it to start with. So the more I think about it.
Hey Rick, it's quiz time.
Oh, is it? Oh yes, it is. I'm not even halfway through my list yet. Okay, quiz time, guys. For the Gun Channels patch. You can put that on your gun bag, on your hat. Actually, I have a mini emergency bag in my truck. It's got a multi-tool in it, some matches, some fire lighters, and flashlights, batteries. Some first aid stuff, just in case something happens. I got it. I got one of these sticking on it. So I got one of those. I've got the Spotted Rick sticker. So you can put. Oh, I did. It's still there too. Yesterday, I stuck one of these on the, that diner I go to. I have all that arguing with him on the Andy Gunners. I stuck one on his door.
Nice.
And he's still there. So either he hasn't seen it or he's not. He's just, Plus, I've got a Clover Tech Crew sticker too. So all that. Oh yeah, and a little Every Second Matters card. So all that. The first person with the answer. Where's my question? Here it is. It's not that hard. Everybody ready? As gun technology developed, the proportion of what ingredient in the propellant was increased to obtain the most explosive power. So, there you go. Can't make it any. I mean, basically, we're talking gunpowder here, guys. If I say any more, it'll be giving you the answer. There you go. Sean's got it. The word I said. Now, is that pronounced salt, Peter? Sean's got it.
See, I told you, Sean is the one that would give you that name instead of the other name we all know.
You did. He said you would get it, Sean. Yeah, I mean, John said Sean would get that. Or you could have used potassium nitrate too. So there you go.
Congratulations, Sean.
Congratulations, Sean. I more than likely don't have it, but I need you to email me with your address and I'll send them to you. So there you go. Good going. All right. Where are we at? Next, hey, I'm not even halfway down my list here. Okay, we got that done. Okay. Since all the excitement, that's the wrong word for this, but since, the shooting, what's happened about the ATF or the AF, with the bump stock thing ruling? Has it come out yet?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about it.
No, I haven't either. Oh, look. It looks like YouTube's gone to food chat.
I'm guessing midnight is around.
Yeah, midnight must be in there. So you're right, Rooster. Call it what it is, mass murder. Yeah, since the mass murder last week. So has the is it the ATF? I always get that wrong. I mean, has a decision come down yet? That's what I want to know. It seems like it's all being forgotten.
Well, yes, that's the ATF, and I haven't heard anything yet.
Also, I said this in the chat. I done my thing. I sent my comment in, but personally, I think their decision was already made, whether it's changed or not, before that even happened. They just doing that to appease us, like what we say will make a difference.
That's one of the reasons why I think they're not saying anything, because they've already made that decision.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%.
So, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I just want to backtrack back to real quick to the kids doing their thing, which is great. But since when, as of an 18-year-old, according to them, is not, developed enough to have an AR-15, how can we let a 14-year-old to dictate our goddamn policies for this country?
Especially after a situation like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to say that. I knew there was something in the back of my mind, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I was sitting there listening to that, and it came to me. I thought, that's asinine. oh no, an 18-year-old shouldn't have one. He's not really, developed enough or whatever. And smoke, he's just a kid. But we're listening to fucking 14-year-olds telling us what to do.
And they're being spoon-fed everything
well,
that they want to hear.
Yeah, I'm swearing. I shouldn't be swearing. I'm trying. I was talking to. There was actually a friend of mine came into the restaurant this morning when I was talking to him, and I told him about my show. And I said, yeah, I try to keep the swearing down now in case kids are listening or youngsters. I said, but hell, I've just blown the hell out of it just now. So I do apologize if anybody's listening. I didn't do it on purpose. It just came out. Okay. Next on my thing. Besides that, I'm going to change the subject. I haven't been shooting because I told you guys the story of the range being, ankle deep in mud. And I haven't gone to the indoor range because $25 an hour right now is not in my budget, to be quite honest. So I'm getting antsy. I don't want to shoot, So, and there's one place listed in the state of Rhode Island as, government land you can shoot on. I got to see if I can find it, because I got to do something,
Does that mean they have a warden on site?
I don't know. I mean, I guess so, because people use it for shooting,
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm thinking of doing, though, is they said I couldn't do it, right? As I said before, number one range at our place is on the other side of the street where the old club used to be. Number one range is in a bowl. You got, this wooden thing that has tables and everything in it where you can stay dry, and it's on concrete. But the burns down each side and across the back, it's been there so long, it's developed into a bowl. And it's set up for 25 yards and 50 yards only. That's all you can do in this one. But you can't get to them because it's under 2 foot of water.
Oh, dear.
Because the drainage system put in it now after all these years.
Well, right? Just put on your scuba gear.
Well, no, I'm just thinking just shoot at the wooden target that's out there.
No, just put on your scuba gear.
Put on my little skinny swimming trunks. What do you call them? The real tight ones that people wear. Spandex underwear. Swimming trunks and wade out there. That would be a sight. Oh my God. Oh goddamn.
Make sure you put your camera. Just make sure you put your camera on. Thinking about it. Yeah, just make sure you put your camera on before you go out.
Oh God, that just gave me a turn thinking about that. Thinking about me doing that. Jesus. So I was thinking, why can't I just shoot at the wooden targets? Because of what I'm saying, if you pin a target up there and you're shooting it, eventually the wood gets shot away or the cardboard, whatever up there, right? They change it. So just shoot at it without a target.
Because they want you to be at a specific point when you shoot, not just to be anywhere, aiming at the target.
Well, no, I'll be up there. I'll be at 25 yards. Just shooting at the cardboard.
At the spot that you're supposed to be standing in?
Yeah, I said, where you can stand is undercover and concreted.
Right, but you have to get there first, right?
No, you can get there. You can drive right up to it.
Okay, so what's the issue?
The issue is, say you have a target of a circle with all nice colors on it, and you go out at 25 yards and pin it on the board to shoot, right?
Okay.
You can't get out there to do it because it's under 2 foot of water.
Just take out your dinghy and roll your way across the water.
So just the way I look at it, just shoot at the cardboard or the wood that's out there.
Yeah. Pinpoint something in your head.
Yeah.
That's in the area within the berm height. And just go shoot.
David Wright says, we need to get a couple of 100,000 gun owners and go to D.C. and all of us walk carrying signs peacefully displayed of protest. Go to 116 Pennsylvania Avenue. You're absolutely right. I said that myself. That's what we need because, the mothers for gun safety or mothers for every town or whatever, they can muster up all the people they need to do that kind of stuff. So why can't we?
That's a very good question.
I mean, we're all a community, but we all seem to be individuals. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we can't get them all together to go. I don't know what people expect, So it's a great idea. It really is. But the problem is, yeah, David, we would need some rich guy to pay for it. There you go. Talking about those kids going to Washington on the 24th or whatever it is of March. I mean, what's his name put in $500,000 and didn't Oprah match him with another 500,000? So, that's 100,000 or 9 million. So I mean, we need somebody like that to back us. Who we got? I don't know. That's a great idea, and I think we should do it. But it would take some coordination, and you think I don't know if it would actually come off. I don't know if we could pull it off. I mean, look at the ones that we tried to do for the state capitals.
Well, that was only very short notice. I mean, if there was something planned and you gave people 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it was, I'm sure we would get more people. But it would be nice if we can get those kind of numbers that he was mentioning in the room.
Yeah. You're right. I guess so. Okay, here we go. Here's another thing. With all these I got so much stuff down here, and I've had to cram stuff into my little space here. I've been reloading this week. Reloading my 45 ACPs. And I was saying, I find it relaxing. I made about 500, so I've reloaded about 500 so far. Just doing it on this thing here. Just, putting in there, pulling it down, going up, pulling it down, and doing each one.
Are you doing a lot of sizing and crimping, or that's not necessary because you have new brass?
Oh yeah, well on the 45 AC, I'm using reclaimed brass or used brass that I picked up that I've used. I originally started with I bought brand new brass,
right?
And then I started keeping what I shoot. So some of this is the new. I mean, all this is being shot at least once or twice.
And you're checking every 10th or 20th one to make sure.
Oh yeah, I checked. Okay. I checked to make sure the. I don't have it out here right now, but when I'm doing it, I have a scale out here. So about every, I think I do about every 10th one. I'll actually check the powder.
Well, not just the powder.
No, well, listen, I'll check
for length and all that.
Oh yeah. I check the powder. Right, then I put it back in. Then I do the overall length of it and make sure it's right. I even have. I measure it with one of those rulers.
Right.
Also, I have this little thing.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's actually the size. It's actually the size of a 45. It goes down there, and if the 45 is just below this lip here, it doesn't stick out here. It's the right size.
Awesome.
So I do that too. As I said, I check the powder, make sure that's, I don't overdo it. And I check the size. But I said I do it about every 10th, every 15th one. And I said I just find doing it. You get into a rhythm. I just find it relaxing.
Yeah. That's mostly what I've heard from people who do their own reloading.
Yeah.
It's actually very what's the word? They didn't use the word relaxing, but it was basically like you're relaxing.
Therapeutic?
Therapeutic, yes.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So, I mean, it's, just going along, doing it, just minding your own business, Now, I keep a close eye on it. I said because that's why I always check the powder, because you don't want to do something stupid. I have the TV on, or I either have TV on, or I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm listening to one of the I'm listening to the lobby. I'm not involved in the lobby, but I got it on listening to it
Right.
as I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I find it very relaxing doing that. But we had this discussion yesterday about wet or dry cleaning, cleaning the brass. I do the dry method, and I use walnut shells, crushed walnut shells when I do mine. And what I was asking, how often should you change them? Because mine's looking dirty. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm pretty sure Sean would have a.
Oh yeah, I got the answer.
Okay.
I did get the answer yesterday, but I was just saying, basically you do it to it starts looking dirty, and it's taken. Say you normally run it for 2 hours, and they come out nice and shiny, but you run it for 2 hours and they're still dull looking and not very clean. That means it's not doing its job.
Right.
Then basically that's what happened on this last bunch. They're clean, but they're not as shiny. They normally come out looking like brand new. These are clean, but they're not shiny. So I'm gonna throw that out and put some new, fresh in there. Now where I'm going with this is, you buy this medium. You go to a gun site, like Brownells or Midway. They charge a hell of a lot for it, for what it is, right? But I go to I go to the pet store and buy a huge bag of lizard bedding, and it's made from crushed walnuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's half the price. You know what I'm saying? That's like my scooter. Talking about that. It's was it 24 inches wide or 22 inches wide? I think it's 22 inches wide, I think. Anyway, 22 or 24 inches wide and 48 inches long. Well, on the back of the truck, if it rains, I want it covered. They want $70 for a cover, right? So I went to Walmart. I found a barbecue cover that size for $15. Fits on it beautiful. So there I think because you're buying something for a specific item, people try to gouge you. I really believe it. But there we go. So, what else? You got anything, John?
Not at the moment.
Oh, talking about now the NRA. I know they're not everybody's favorite. They seem to be sticking to their guns right now. But what I wanted to go on is, the way the media is playing them too. Like they're the bloodsuckers. Anybody who's a member of the NRA is a mass murderer. So I guess that's what I am. But what got me now is, you seen the list of companies that used to give, if you were an NRA member, used to give you a discount.
Right.
Like Enterprise cars and stuff like that. They disowned them. They don't do them anymore. I mean, that's pitiful. That is pitiful. What's this country coming to?
The system
Rick,
doesn't
read
work.
My last text. What was your last text? I say Midnight says, read my last text. What's his last text?
Pizza?
What?
His last text was probably about food. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too. Hell, I lost him now. Oh, well. Yeah, Midnight, stop self-promoting. Ghost wannabe. Ruth said that. Oh dear. No. Oh yeah. Another thing too that we're talking about is to help with the cleaning and drain is throw in some dryer sheets into this medium as it's going around.
And you're using a regular tumbler?
Well, I bought a tumbler from it's a cheap one, some Franklin Armory or Franklin something or another. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. Basically, it's a tumbler. It's not really a tumbler. It's you put it in and it vibrates. Basically, my one does. It sort of like vibrates, and it makes the stuff turn and tumble.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive. I think it was about $50. I think. You know, now $50 today would be a lot for me. This was when I had money. You know. So, Franklin Arsenal. Thank you, Midnight. Yeah, Franklin Arsenal is where I got it from. So, I mean, it does the job. You know, I normally run it for 2 hours, right? And it seems to get it clean for me. Now, I'm only cleaning maybe 100 to 150 at a time. So, I normally run it for about a couple hours.
You're doing all of that all at the same time?
What?
The 150.
Yeah.
Okay,
I pour
that's
them in
pretty
there.
big tumbler.
I pour it in there. Then I pour it in there. Then I don't know if I do it right. I pour them in there. Then I pour some medium on them. Then it came with some lube. I've run out. That's why I was asking about that the other day. What do you use? Use the car polish.
What's the lubricant for?
Help shine up the brass.
And that's while it's tumbling with the walnut?
Yeah. So what I do is I put the dry medium in. Then I sprinkle some of this lube in the medium. Then put some more medium in it. Put the lid on it. Switch it on. Let it go for 2 hours.
That doesn't make the walnut stick and clump up?
It does when it first starts. But eventually it loosens up and
Okay.
You know, works its way in to the walnut shells and cleans nice. You know? Yeah, but it does. It will. I mean, the first time I done it, because I didn't know any better, right? I poured it straight onto the I put the stuff straight on the actual brass itself.
Okay.
Then put the stuff on top. Well, what happened was some of that polish, if that's what you want to call it, seeped in, inside the brass.
Okay.
And it never came out.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying? As it was tumbling, it just stayed in there.
Right.
So what I do now is I put the brass in, then I put some medium on it, then I use the stuff to put some more medium, sort of like it's in the middle.
Okay.
So as it's tumbling, it works its way. And I don't know if that's right or not, but that's how I do it.
If that's what works.
Says, I do not reload, but I clean a lot of brass for people. I've got a 7-gallon ultrasonic cleaner. That's 35 inches long, 8 inches deep, and 8 inches wide. Just about as I can do 2 or 3,000 308 set at a time.
Wow.
And get spotless. So, ultrasonic, but that's using a fluid, right? That's wet cleaning. Then you got to dry them. See, I don't want to dry them because that's an extra step. If you use a wet cleaning method, I'm not sure exactly what you actually use, but there's a wet one. You can buy one that is wet. It cleans them, but then you got to dump them out like on a towel, let them spread them out, and let them lay there and let them dry. You know, mine, you just get them, and the reloading thing comes with a ball with a handle on it. It opens up. You tip the walnut shells, brass, and everything into this thing, right? It's like a cauldron with two of them put together. You know, you clip it closed, got the handle on the bucket, you turn it, and as you're turning it, all the walnut shells shake out. So when it's finally left, you're left with all this beautiful clean brass. That's how I do.
I'm guessing it's a wet clean, but I'm guessing they're using like a special compound for that ultrasonic one.
Yeah, yeah. It must be.
It must be some kind of soap or I don't know, something like a cleaner of some sort. I've seen people use them for their firearms. I've never heard of anyone using the ultrasonic ones for shell casings.
Yeah. What's it? It says live here, but showing it on YouTube. Oh no, it was on the wrong video. Oh, thank God for that. No, I haven't ended it yet. You know, I've lost my YouTube chat, but I have. You know, I don't know what happened to my YouTube chat. I've lost it. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Okay. Where are we at now? David Wright, because we do not believe in socialism, Rick, so can we, all individuals, and we're alpha males for most of us, but, oh, that's an old one, I think. No, it's not for most of us, but I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is. Oh, he's talking about the big march on D.C. Well, I tell you what, it's a start. Maybe we should start pushing it here on gun channels and YouTubes. You know, every time we make a YouTube, mention it and say a date. I mean, instead of like those ones we've done on the capital of the state, what was there? It was about a 4 or 5 week span. Maybe we need, you know, put this out to like September or something to get the word out. And I think you get maybe more people showing up.
I think so too.
You know? So I mean, I'd be willing. I mean, DC ain't. I mean, I could make it to DC from here. You know, so it's not a bad idea. So I mean, you got to get a couple of people to organize it. You know, get it start. I mean, get it started. Personally, I wouldn't know where to start. I mean, first off, you'd have to pick a date. Then you'd have to find out how you would go about it down in DC. Saying we want to march on X date to the Capitol.
Right.
So.
And I believe over there they require permits as well.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to come up with a date. We all go to D.C. late Friday night, early Saturday morning, protest all day Saturday, leave Saturday night or early Sunday morning. But for it to be big, we got to have at least 150,000 people, if not more. Yeah, to make it worthwhile and to make an impact, you've got to. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to. So that's a damn good idea. I'm writing that down. March on DC. Bring it up on my next chat or when I'm on talking to somebody. See what happens. You know, unless you try, you're never gonna know. Don't you agree, John?
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. So after I'm doing my relaxing on my, I said on my thing, I think we're about. Oh hell, 10 minutes past 4. Didn't realize I'd overrun. So there we go. I'm calling it. I'm going to be calling it. I want to say thank you to all of you who, for being here. You know, David Wright, Grim, was it Philo? Who else is here? Roosset. RL, Midnight, Sean, you know, Home Runner. Appreciate you all showing up. Okay. Now I've lost my my gun channels chat. I'm all in the Tiswas today. Here we go. Thank you, Ohio, G-Webs. Appreciate it. So we're calling it quits. Don't forget, I'll be here Wednesday with the Wheelchair Warrior doing Shooting with Disabilities, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Rick's Life as I See It. And I'll be here next week, same time, same channel, same place, from Behind Enemy Lines. See y'all, and thank you very much.